Hello guys, it is Dale here. In this video I'd like to talk about order flow trading and about how to trade the ES using the order flow. The ES is futures for Standards and Poor's Index 500, and a lot of members of my trading course are trading this one using my order flow software. And I received an email from one of my members, and he was asking a couple of questions about trading the ES using the order flow. So in this video I'm going to address those questions, and the reason why I'm making this video is that I think that you can benefit from those questions he asked and from my answers to them. So let's get to it. The questions he asked were about order flow trading and about a special function that my order flow software has, and the function is called trades filter. That's what you see on your chart actually. That's ES 30-minute time frame. This is the order flow software, and the special function which I have in my software. And the reason why all those candles you can see here show zeros is that I have that trades filter on. Let me show you in the settings. So right click the chart, go to data series, and in here it says min trade size. This is it. This is the trades filter. So if any trade is smaller than 100 contracts, it will show as 0. This will filter many trades, majority of trades on the ES, and it will leave only the big orders the huge trading institutions use. And this is exactly why I'm using the trades filter, to filter out the noise and to see only the big orders. Now, the first question the member had was, what value should he use for the min trade size here? Because every trading instrument is a bit different, and also, especially for the ES, every trading session is a bit different. So you need to adjust the trade size accordingly to that. Now, what I recommend is set this setting, at least for the ES, to 100, as this will filter out a lot of the noise and leave out only the biggest orders. And this is ideal if you are trading the US session, which is the busiest session on the ES, and the heaviest volumes here by far are traded in the US session. So this is the recommended setting, and as you can see right now on the chart, it only shows orders which are bigger than 100. Now keep in mind those are single orders. Now, for example, if somebody is separating their orders, like making iceberg orders, which means splitting orders into many smaller orders, then it won't show in here. It will show as 0. The single order needs to be bigger than 100 to show on that trades filter. All right. So this is what the special feature does. It filters out the noise and shows only the big trades of the big trading institutions. Now, the second question the member had was a bit more specific. He was asking me about the 2nd of February, about the US session. This is what you see before you, the US session on the 2nd of February on the ES, and how I would go about trading this using the trades filter. And the first thing which I already mentioned is that you need to set the trades filter to show trades bigger than 100. All right, that filtered out a lot of the noise. Now, the second thing is you want to look for the biggest orders here. The biggest orders that definitely stand out here is this one and this one, very close to each other. And 267, that's the biggest order which we can see here on this screen. So that's the most significant order here on this screen, right? Now, this is telling us that institutions were active here. Now, it doesn't really matter, with this strategy at least, it doesn't really matter if the huge number appears on bid or if it is on ask. With this strategy, it doesn't really matter, at least not at this point. What you do, you want to draw a line from that level where the heavy volumes were traded, where the trades filter shows that huge number, all right? Like this blue line. Now, we know the big institutions who are trading here. From this place, the price went upwards. This is what you want to see, right? The price move away from that heavy volume zone. Then what you need to see is a pullback. You need to see a pullback back into that heavy volume zone, back to this place. And then you want to trade in the direction of the trend that started from the heavy volume zone. In this case, price went upwards from this heavy volume zone, which means strong buyers were pushing the price upwards. And for this reason, when the price retraces back to this level, you want to go long as well. All right. Now, what I recommend is not trading this blindly, but I recommend waiting for some type of confirmation. So what you want to do is mark that level and wait for a confirmation somewhere around the level. If you don't see any confirmation, then you may want to consider not trading this trade at all, or trading it with a smaller position. However, looking at this chart and on the trades filter, there was a confirmation. It came a little bit later, but it came in here. 134 contracts traded on the bid side. Now in this place, it is important that it shows on bid side. Remember, in here I was saying that it isn't really important whether the volumes are on bid or on ask, but talking about the confirmation, it is important. Bid side shows either aggressive sellers or passive buyers. Now, when trading using the order flow, you need to think about what the market is telling you. In this case, what the market was telling you is that we had a support zone. Not exactly at this level, but support zone is a zone. Somewhere within this zone, you want to see big trading institutions waiting with their trade. And this is exactly it. Because if somebody huge was waiting here with a buying limit order, then it would show on bid. Now this can get confusing for many people, because on bid we can either have passive buyers or aggressive sellers, right? But in this case, when you read the market, it is more likely that those were passive buyers waiting with a limit order here. And the reason is that there was this support, right? So when the price hits a support zone and huge order appears, then it is likely that this order is big trading institution wanting to trade that support. And if they want to trade that support, they enter their trade with a buying limit order, which will show on bid, right? That's the left side of the footprint. So that was the confirmation. That was the confirmation after which it was way safer to enter the long trade, and it would also give you way better trade entry. Let me zoom it out a bit. From this point, the price went downwards a little bit, but then it turned and made a very nice reaction. Let me zoom it out a bit so you can see it. All right, so those were the huge volumes. And here, that was the confirmation. From here, that was that ideal placement of that long trade. All right, so this was the best way how to trade this scenario. Also, this is how I use the trades filter. It is a pretty neat feature. My order flow software has more of those neat features. You may want to check this out on my website. It is trader-dale.com. And if you click this button, it says browse courses. You scroll down a bit, and in here there's the order flow pack, which is education and indicator pack. It includes order flow software, video course on trading using the order flow, and my volume profile indicators. Now you can click through all those functions here. You'll see what exactly the order flow, my custom-made order flow, does. Also, there's a video which you can watch. It will show you everything that's included in the order flow pack. Alright, so that's about that. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you found it useful. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you in some next video. Or if you decide to join one of my courses, then I'll see you in the members area. So see you next time, and until then, happy trading.